Welcome back. Being impatient plays a factor in many vehicle collisions. It may have played a part in the rollover that injured 2 people last week on Highway 160 in Simkins.
We're here at a 2-vehicle accident on Highway 160 and Simkins that occurred approximately 12:30 this afternoon. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol all arrived on scene to find one vehicle that apparently rolled onto its top. Witnesses say that they saw the red SUV roll after passing this PT Cruiser here on Highway 160 going in the northbound direction. They say that they pulled over to the side of the road and tried to help the victims who already self-extricated from the SUV. One person was complaining of chest pain. He was airlifted to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. The other person transported here locally to Desert View Hospital.
Yeah, we had both vehicles were actually traveling northbound, and there was a vehicle stopped waiting for traffic to come by so it could make a left-hand turn. There was also another vehicle behind that vehicle which was not involved in the crash. And then the second vehicle involved in this crash actually got impatient for waiting for that vehicle to turn left and decided to jump out and pass in a no passing zone past the 2 vehicles. Well, the vehicle that was turning left then proceeded to turn left, and we had a crash.
The one vehicle rolled?
Yes, the SUV rolled. That driver has been flighted to UMC for injuries. I do not have an update on those injuries yet. There was another passenger in the SUV that rolled, and he is on his way to the Pahrump Hospital for not so severe injuries.
In the other vehicle, the PT Cruiser, was anybody injured?
No, there's no injuries in that vehicle.
And then the one in the middle, no injuries at all, no damage to that car?
No, that vehicle was not even involved in the crash. It was just in that particular spot, but it was an eyewitness stating that the SUV did come out in the no passing zone and attempted to pass both of those vehicles.
We had Mercy Air land on scene here as well.
Yes, we did, over here at the airport.
And just that one person airlifted, will there be any citation?
Yes, there will be a few citations for this. So I'm not completely done with my investigation. However, at the very minimum, there will be a citation for passing in a no passing zone at the very minimum.
Multiple persons injured in that. We flew one of those patients to Las Vegas. The other one was transported here locally to Desert View Hospital, where they'll probably be flown from there.
Were they out of the vehicle when you guys arrived on scene, or did you have to extract them?
I believe they were already out. There was no extrication done by us.
And nobody else inside the other vehicles were injured?
No, that person's refusing at this time.
Traffic was diverted in all directions around this accident while Nevada Highway Patrol was conducting the investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 160 in Simkins for News 46. The driver of a minivan crashed his vehicle into LJ's Market on Pahrump Valley Boulevard early last Tuesday evening. He was taken into custody by deputies for suspicion of being under the influence. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were summoned to a single vehicle accident involving a structure last evening. Upon arrival, they found a minivan that had struck the exterior load-bearing wall of LJ's Market, the wall facing Pahrump Valley Boulevard. The driver and only occupant inside the vehicle appeared to be under the influence of alcohol and tried to flee the scene. Building and Safety and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were able to isolate the impacted area, which involved striking several gaming machines on the opposite side of the wall. No one was injured in this accident. The driver was taken into custody by Nye County Sheriff's deputies after he failed a field sobriety test. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Everyone in town was invited to the first ever birthday celebration for Pahrump, which celebrated its 50th last Wednesday. The party was held at Petrick Park last Saturday with entertainment, free swimming, and lots of games.
July 18th, 1962 is when Pahrump became a town. We found out about the 50th birthday quickly approaching by chance. Vicki Parker, the town board chair, came across some paperwork that gave the date, and they put together a party very quickly here at Petrick Park in the Bob Roode Community Center, in which the whole town was invited. We're going to speak to Vicki Parker.
Awesome, 50 years. It's been a marvelous birthday party. We've had a lot of people here. They've had a lot of fun.
We got the pool for free all day long and slides out there. We even had a special song written for Pahrump today.
Yes, we did. Leroy Guyan wrote a special song in English and in Sioux and performed it in the community center in honor of the 50th birthday of Pahrump.
Wow, wonderful. So this birthday party was a little bit of some planning, but I know it was kind of last minute. But 1,000 hot dogs, 1,000 cupcakes, and lots of fun and games.
The cupcakes were sponsored by the town of Pahrump, but the hot dogs were from the Holiday Task Force and the beans from CCA. So it's been a community effort.
So what are you hearing from the townspeople about this party?
Everybody had a good time.
And will we be doing this every year?
Probably just on special years because money's tight these days and there's a lot of staff work that goes into this.
Anything you would like to say to the citizens out there?
Thank you for making Pahrump what it is the past 50 years and stay with us so we'll have an awesome town 50 years from now.
And once again, happy 50th birthday, Pahrump. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. We caught up with Democratic Senate Majority Leader Stephen Horsford, who is a candidate for Congressional District 4 against Danny Tarkanian.
It's good to be back for the 50th celebration in Pahrump and having a great time.
It's good to have you out here. How's the campaign been going?
You know, we are working extremely hard. We've been to every part of the district. It's a very large district. It's 7 counties, including Nye County. And so we have given the commencement speech out in White Pine High School in Ely, done some events out in Yerington, and glad to be back here in Pahrump again, meeting with the voters and talking to people. I can't represent people unless I know them and know their issues, and that's why we're out here today to get to know the people of Pahrump.
How's it been going? What have you been hearing mostly from the citizens?
You know, really what I've heard from people, regardless of what part of the state or the district we travel in, is the same thing. Jobs, jobs, jobs. I mean, people are hurting. I understand that because I have had to work for everything I've gotten in life. Started with 2 jobs in high school, have worked my way through college and helped to put my young siblings through college. And I understand what it means to have to choose between paying the rent, paying a medical bill, and sometimes not being able to afford either. And that's why I think this election is so important, because it's really a choice between those who stand and have a record of standing with the middle class and the working poor, and those who stand with the ultra rich, the corporate CEOs and the Wall Street executives. I stand with the middle class. I always have. I have in the state Senate. I have in my job as the head of the Culinary Academy, actually providing training and job placement for thousands of people for careers in the hospitality industry. And it's what I think we absolutely need in our next congressman, is someone who's going to fight for us, the middle class, and not for the big and powerful and the rich.
Do you think Nevada being mainly historically Republican, so many Democrats are now registering. Do you think it's changing over? Do you think people are looking for that now?
Well, look, people are really fed up with politics as usual. And what they really want are leaders who are going to work together to get things done. That's what I've tried to do in the state Senate. I've actually worked with Republicans to pass a balanced budget. The last legislative session, we had one of the worst budget deficits of any other state in the country, and we reduced state spending by $500 million. But we did it while protecting education, by protecting social services, by protecting programs for seniors and our veterans. It's about establishing priorities, and it's what we need in Washington right now. Things are broken back there. They're not working. They're not working for the middle class and for the people of Pahrump or Congressional District 4, and it's why we need to elect a strong leader, and why I'm asking the people of this district for their vote.
In part 2 with Congressional District 4 candidate Stephen Horsford speaks about the difference between him and his running mate Danny Tarkanian.
Well, first and foremost, when it comes to job creation, it's about helping the middle class. The middle class are the drivers of our economy. We're the consumers. We're the ones that, if we have disposable income, we're out there buying new cars and new products for our kids and, helping the economy grow. We're the ones that actually add the jobs. Now, I also know a little something about what it takes to create jobs. I run a company that has 80 full-time employees, a budget of $15 million, and it's not easy balancing a budget or meeting payroll every month. And so we have to have people who have that experience, who understand what it's like to actually help the middle class get the jobs that they need, and it's why this election is so important. Now, in terms of the foreclosure crisis, this is an area where the choice couldn't be more clear between me and my opponent. He literally said that there should be no Wall Street regulatory reform. Even after the mess of the financial industry and these big banks that they put all of us in, regardless of whether you've lost your home or not, all of us have been affected by the decline in the housing market and the values dropping. Now, I believe that the people who issued these predatory loans should go to jail because there should be some accountability. People go to jail for far worse and lesser offenses than literally causing the financial ruin of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans. And I take this very seriously because the people of Congressional District 4 have been hardest hit by the housing decline. We lead the nation in home foreclosure, and the Congressional District 4 leads the state. So we need a very clear accountability for those banks and those bankers that caused this mess in the beginning.
How can people find out more about your campaign?
Well, look, I am here because I need their support. I want to be their champion. I want to be their voice. I want to fight for the middle class, and I'm asking for you to join our team. You can go to my website at StephenHorsford.com. That's StephenHorsford.com. Or you can call our campaign office at 702-639-2290. We are going to be opening an office here in Pahrump because we want the voters here in Pahrump to come out and volunteer and help us win come November.
Don't go anywhere. News 46's Week in Review will return in just a moment.